All right, so get ready because we're going to dive into some fascinating AI developments from December 6th, 2024. We've got a pretty diverse mix of news here. Um, Tech sites, AI publications, even a little snippet from an ML agent's newsletter. And what we're going to try to do today is uh, not just, understand what happened, but really get into like what it all means.
It's really like piecing together a puzzle, isn't it? You've got all these pieces of information, and the trick is figuring out how they all fit together
Yeah.
and then seeing the bigger picture.
Exactly. And so today, the bigger picture we're focusing on is like the future of AI. Who's driving it? Who might benefit? And you know where it could all be headed. So let's jump right in with OpenAI. They just released their full O1 reasoning model, and it's boasting a 34% reduction in error rate compared to, the previous version.
And what's really interesting there is what that error reduction actually means, right? It suggests that O1 is getting significantly better at things like natural language understanding, even code generation. So we could be talking about solving even more complex problems more accurately.
And it doesn't stop there. They've also added image upload and analysis capabilities. So now O1 can process both text and images, which means it can understand information in a richer, more kind of human way, right?
I mean, think about it. We're getting closer and closer to a future where AI can really understand and interact with the world, much like we do, combining all these different sensory inputs.
Okay, so O1 is getting smarter and more versatile. Cool. But OpenAI also made another big move. They're launching ChatGPT Pro,
Yeah.
which is a $200 a month subscription tier for ChatGPT.
Yeah, now this is where things get really interesting. Obviously, a paid tier like that, it creates some barriers to entry, but it also lets OpenAI generate revenue to fund further research and development, right? Which could lead to even more powerful tools down the line and potentially even more affordable tools.
So it's kind of this trade-off. More immediate access for those who can pay, but maybe greater advancements for everyone later on.
Precisely. And it really raises some interesting questions about the future of AI accessibility. Will we see more of these premium paid AI tools, or will open source initiatives, kind of gain momentum and ensure that everybody can benefit?
Yeah, definitely something to watch. Now, shifting gears a bit, OpenAI has also partnered with the defense contractor, Endural, to develop AI-powered drone defense systems.
This is a development we need to look at carefully, I think. It shows how AI is being integrated into these really sensitive areas, and while it can enhance defense capabilities, there's no doubt. We also have to consider the implications of autonomous systems, making decisions in these, very high-stakes situations.
Yeah, for sure. It raises questions about oversight and accountability. But let's move on to a less controversial application. DeepMind has developed an AI called GenCast, and it's making some serious waves in the world of weather forecasting.
Yeah, and it's not just hype either. GenCast is actually outperforming traditional weather forecasting methods. For the first time, this is a big deal. It really shows what AI can do to revolutionize fields that rely on complex data analysis.
Makes you wonder what other areas AI could transform, right? Like in ways we haven't even considered yet.
Exactly. This could be just the tip of the iceberg. Now, while some companies are focused on specific applications like this, others are kind of engaged in what you could call an AI arms race. Elon Musk's xAI, for instance. They're expanding their AI supercomputer after getting a massive $6 billion in funding.
Whoa. Sounds like they're gearing up for something big.
Right.
And then you've got companies like Tencent, who seem to be moving forward with their own AI ambitions, despite the U.S. AI chip export ban.
Right, and that really highlights a key trend I think we're seeing, this global competition for AI dominance. It's heating up. It's not just a few companies in Silicon Valley anymore. We're seeing major players emerge all over the world.
So the landscape is becoming more complex, with different nations and companies all wanting to be like the leaders in AI development.
And it raises this fundamental question: who's actually going to shape the future of AI? Will it be driven by collaboration and open access? Or will it become more concentrated in the hands of just a few?
Those are some big questions. And
Oh.
it feels like we're just starting to figure out the answers.
Exactly. But that's what makes this whole thing so compelling, right? We're witnessing the birth of a technology that could completely reshape the world as we know it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Absolutely incredible. And while all this talk about global competition and advanced reasoning models is important, it's also crucial to remember that AI is already impacting our lives in very practical ways.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not just about some far-off future. It's happening right now. AI is being used to tackle real-world problems.
Exactly.
Uh,
For instance, researchers have hit a 96% accuracy rate in detecting phishing emails using open source AI. Just think about how many people get caught by those phishing scams every day. this tech could be a game changer for online security.
It's like having an AI bodyguard for your inbox,
Yeah,
constantly scanning for threats and keeping you safe.
that's a great way to put it. And it goes way beyond cybersecurity, too. We're seeing AI being used to predict and prevent internet outages.
Which, let's be honest, can be a huge pain for both businesses and regular people. Imagine your internet just goes down right in the middle of an important meeting, or when you're trying to meet a deadline. AI could help minimize those disruptions.
Exactly. And even more impressive, I think, is how AI is being used to predict and prevent violence against healthcare providers.
Wow.
This is a serious issue, and to be able to identify potential threats using AI, that could actually save lives.
Yeah, it's amazing to think that AI could help make things safer for healthcare workers, especially with all the challenges they already face.
It really highlights the potential, you know? AI can address some of the biggest issues we face as a society. It's not just about efficiency or convenience, it's about using this tech to make a real difference for people.
I totally agree. Now, these practical applications are super exciting, but we'd be missing something if we didn't talk about AI's potential to revolutionize creative fields too. And that brings us to Sony's music AI, Sanido.
Right, Sunito. It's being hailed as a super versatile foundation model for music AI, and it has the potential to change how we create, consume, even just think about music.
Yeah, I can already picture the headlines. AI composer creates chart-topping hit. Oh, but seriously, what kind of impact could this actually have on the music industry?
Well, for one, it could be a huge help for musicians in their creative process, helping them come up with melodies, harmonies, even entire compositions.
Like having an AI songwriting partner, right?
Or-
Bouncing ideas back and forth and pushing the boundaries.
Exactly. And it goes beyond songwriting, too. Sonito could be used in production, like for mixing and mastering. It could even analyze what listeners like and create music tailored to their taste.
Whoa, so imagine an AI DJ that knows your music tastes better than you do, creating the perfect playlist for any occasion.
It's not that far off, honestly. But it's not just about personalized playlists either. Sonito could lead to brand new musical genres, new sounds, expanding the possibilities of music in ways we can't even imagine.
It's like opening up a whole new universe of musical potential. But like with any powerful tech, there's potential downsides to think about. Could Sonito, for example, lead to job losses in the music industry?
That's a valid concern, for sure. As AI gets more advanced, some tasks will inevitably become automated. But we have to remember that tech often creates new opportunities as well. Maybe Sonito, instead of replacing musicians, will empower them to be even more creative, freeing them from those tedious tasks and letting them focus on what they do best, making music that moves us.
Right, it's like that saying, it's not about the tools, it's about the artist using them. AI could become the ultimate creative tool, helping musicians push the limits of what's possible.
Absolutely. And that's just one example. As AI keeps evolving, it's going to have a huge impact on all kinds of creative expression. Music, art, literature, film, you name it. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
It really is amazing to think about. So we've covered a lot of ground today. The global AI race,
Yeah.
practical applications changing lives now, even AI's potential to completely revolutionize creative fields. What a journey through the world of AI.
It has been, hasn't it? And as we wrap up, it's important to remember the future of AI isn't set in stone. It's something we're all shaping through our choices and actions.
So as you go about your day, remember that you play a role in this incredible story that's unfolding. Stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.
Because in the end, the future of AI is in our hands.
It really feels like we're at this turning point with AI. We've seen such incredible advancements, but also some potential challenges that we need to be thinking about.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like we're standing at the edge of this vast uncharted territory. We see the potential, all the possibilities, but we also got to be mindful of the risks and, tread carefully.
And what I find so fascinating is that this isn't just about technology, right? It's a societal shift too. Like the choices we make about AI are going to impact how we live, work, how we interact with each other.
For sure. Think about education, for example. How do we prepare kids for a world where AI is everywhere? How do we make sure everyone benefits from these advancements?
Yeah. And what about the workforce? As AI automates more tasks, how do we create new opportunities? How do we make sure people aren't left behind?
These are questions we need to be dealing with right now.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about finding solutions. It's about asking the right questions in the first place.
Right.
What values do we want to build into AI systems? How do we ensure this tech is used ethically, responsibly?
It's a lot to think about, but it's also incredibly exciting. We have this chance to shape the future of AI in a way that benefits everyone. It's a responsibility we can't take lightly.
And it's not just up to the experts or these big tech companies. Everyone has a role in this conversation. Stay informed, get involved, share your thoughts.
Because ultimately, the future of AI isn't going to be decided in some lab
Right.
or in a boardroom. It's going to be shaped by all of us together.
That's a powerful thought, isn't it? The future of AI is in our hands. And the choices we make today, those will determine what that future looks like.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I encourage everyone listening to keep exploring, keep questioning, keep learning about AI, because the more we understand it, the better equipped we'll be to shape it and make sure it's used for good.
And it's not just about understanding the tech itself, it's about understanding ourselves and where we fit in this rapidly changing world. AI is like a mirror, reflecting our values, our aspirations, our potential. Let's make sure it's a reflection we can be proud of.
That's a great note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.